In this video, we will discuss the Big Five reading strategies. Some schools have utilized what is sometimes called the Big Five reading strategies. This refers to the idea of bundling some key reading strategies that we all use when we read, and that, when we use these strategies together, it can increase comprehension and enjoyment of what is being read. Here are the Big Five as implemented at Urban Academy Charter School. 1. Preview and predicting. 2. Summarizing as you go. 3. Using context clues to figure out unknown words. 4. Determining the main idea. And 5. Finally determining the author's purpose. Let's unpack those. The first strategy is preview and predict. Whenever a teacher or student reads, it is always good to model first how to make predictions based on previewing the text. You can look at the title of the story or article, you can look at pictures, you can look at the headings, you can read the first paragraph or the last paragraph, or you can skim around to preview what you think this article or story is going to be about. Again, the teacher must model this, but only for the purpose of showing students how to do this. Eventually, you want the students to do the previewing and predicting themselves. The teacher simply steers the prediction in a way that supports the reading learning objective. For instance, you may want to steer the students towards making a prediction about the plot of the story, or maybe about character development, or make predictions about cause and effect or sequencing. Making the prediction in a way that supports the learning objective will then stimulate the child's mind to be looking for those elements in the story or in the article. Again, making a prediction based on previewing the text is the essential first step to reading anything, anytime. The second strategy is summarizing as you go. Said another way, check your prediction as you read. As you start reading the story or article, you can ask yourself the question, was my prediction correct? It is okay if your prediction is not correct. The point is not to make a correct prediction. The point is to make a prediction and see if your prediction was right, and if not, monitor and adjust. You can change your prediction as you read, and that's one of the main ways to help you determine the main idea or main point of something that you read. The third strategy is using context clues to figure out unknown words. Often big words or hard words can get in the way of comprehending what you are reading, so using context clues helps to better understand what the author is trying to communicate. As previously stated, summarizing as you go is one of the key ways to determine the main idea. The fourth strategy is coming up with the main idea of the article or story. There are several ways to determine the main idea. You could ask yourself, what were the most important details in the story or article, and what do they have in common? As previously stated, monitoring your prediction is another way. The main idea suggests what the whole article or story is about, and is not just identifying one or two details or events. The last strategy is determining the author's purpose. Determining the author's purpose helps you get into the mind of the author to determine what the author is trying to communicate to the reader. The most overused answers to this question is to inform, to entertain, or to persuade. But can you imagine asking J.K. Rowling her purpose for writing the Harry Potter series, and she gave you a one-word answer like, entertain? That would be a wasted opportunity to get into her head and to better understand why she wrote such a revolutionary series. So, when looking at the author's purpose, it is not about coming up with the right answer, it is about trying to get into the author's head and figure out what point the author is trying to communicate. The Big Five reading strategies are mental muscles that students can develop in order to become better readers. The more they use these muscles, the better readers they will become. They will learn more, and they will learn to enjoy reading. Whenever a reading lesson involves a teacher or student reading, that is an opportunity to use the Big Five reading strategies. Here are a few questions to think about. What is the comprehension-related standard or objective? What part of the standard or objective involves the teacher or student reading the text? What prediction, prior to reading, would help the students reach the objective? How could students check their prediction during teacher or student reading of text? How would summarizing during reading help students reach the objective? How would using context clues to figure out word meaning help students comprehend the text and reach the objective? How would determining the main idea of what was read help students reach the objective? How might examining the author's purpose help students reach the objective? Students that use the Big Five consistently likely will greatly improve their comprehension and enjoyment of both fiction and nonfiction texts. Thank you for watching.